Hello everyone, this is your weather on the fly outlook and discussion for Saturday, March 22nd, 2025. Update concerning convective outlook days 1 to 3. For today, there is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms over much of Missouri, eastern Kansas and far northeast Oklahoma. As a leading shortwave trough moves eastward across the mid-Atlantic, high pressure behind a cold front will shift into the Great Lakes and Ohio-Tennessee valleys, also extending into the Gulf of Mexico. Meanwhile, another wave will be moving into the northern Rockies by early evening, and will amplify as it moves across the northern plains and mid-Missouri Valley overnight. As this system emerges into the plains, low pressure will deepen over South Dakota, and southerly winds will increase from the western Gulf into the southern plains. Dew points into the 50s will spread as far north as Kansas City by Sunday morning. As the upper trough interacts with this moist plume, strong storms will become increasingly likely from late evening into the overnight hours from far northeast Oklahoma into the lower Missouri Valley, with primarily hail potential. For Sunday, there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms from eastern Texas to the Tennessee Valley. An upper trough is expected to continue progressing across the Great Lakes region through Monday morning, as a lead feature exits New England. At the surface, an occluding low, initially over the Minnesota area, is forecast to deepen while shifting eastward into the upper Great Lakes. A trailing cold front will shift south-southeastward across the Ozarks and the Red River Valley area, and later the lower Mississippi and Tennessee valleys. Daytime heating ahead of a slowly southeastward advancing cold front will result in modest destabilization across the Tennessee Valley area, and more substantial instability westward across the Arklatex into Texas. While capping will be a concern, resulting in increasingly conditional severe risk with westward extent, ascent near the front should be sufficient to support scattered to isolated storm development, particularly from the Arklatex to western Tennessee during the afternoon. With fast westerly flow aloft, atop south-southwesterlies at low levels, shear sufficient for organized and rotating storms suggests that stronger storms will be capable of producing hail and locally damaging wind gusts. Although a tornado or two cannot be ruled out, the risk should maximize through late afternoon and early evening, and then gradually diminishing in tandem with diurnal cooling through mid to late evening. For Monday, there is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms from southeastern Louisiana, east to parts of southern Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. An amplifying upper trough is forecast to move slowly eastward across the eastern U.S. Monday, with broad cyclonic flow to encompass the eastern three-quarters of the country by Tuesday morning. At the surface, an occluded low over the Lake Huron vicinity early should weaken and drift northeastward toward and across the Ottawa Valley through the period. A trailing cold front is forecast to advance southeastward across the southeast and Gulf Coast region, while lingering over and eventually retreating northward across Texas. As the cold front shifts southward toward the Gulf Coast Monday, heating and destabilization should be sufficient in the vicinity of the boundary to support scattered thunderstorm development. Lapse rates are not forecast to be particularly steep, which will limit instability, and flow aloft is forecast to gradually weaken from west to east across the region with time as the upper trough shifts eastward. Still, ample instability and shear may remain present across the central Gulf Coast region and vicinity to support local risk for marginal hail and/or strong wind gusts during mainly the afternoon hours. Be sure to share, like and subscribe for the latest Storm Prediction Center outlooks.